Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Star Trek Fleet Command. This is the Ninja Squirtle here, and I'm probably gonna die attacking this guy, but we're gonna try. I did not mean to rhyme, that's so terrible. But, let's see. And I do not come out victorious. Of course not. Let's check that out. Defeat. Oh man, he barely got me. What a son of a bitch. Anyways, guys, today I'm going to be talking to you about going from 14 and up. Okay? I've been getting asked this question a lot, like what should people be aiming for? What should they be doing when they plan on going past 15? Or past 14, should I say. It really all depends on what you would like to do. If you're aiming on becoming a bigger player, in the high 20s, or even higher, there's options for you. But if you want to be a lower player, like I've seen a lot of players sitting at 19 right now, there's other options for you to go to. So if you don't have a jelly at 14, get one. You'll lose the ability to get jellyfish blueprints at level 17. Now, the jelly is going to kind of carry you, and I don't suggest buying or paying for anything. But if you are going to buy anything or pay for anything, the North Star at level 18 is going to be your option. Like, if you're going to be sitting at 19, it's the way to go. If you're going to be shooting for, 24, 25 and up, then the North Star is going to be your ship. Now, you could get a Kara and a Valkless, and I don't suggest getting the Kara. I actually am building the Valkless right now, just for, just to build it. I don't plan on doing a whole lot with it. But what I suggest is, instead of focusing on what people think a lot, they need to focus on G2 a lot, or getting these level 2, 2-star blueprints, or, parts. Don't waste your time. The 2-star ships are just not... They are too weak. They are way too weak. I mean, even the jelly is kind of understated a little bit, but the jelly, it has its uses, even up to level 20 and past, sometimes. Now, the North Star, on the other hand, will be everything for you. It will be your miner, it'll be your battleship, it'll crack bases for you, it'll do whatever you need it to. So, let's repair this. So, I say, especially at the lower levels, if you can, try and get your factions going, your double factions. That helps out so much. If you get the double factions, then you are able to get the loyalty packs, and it could be any of these things. And don't let them lie to you. There's an extra one where it tells you can only get 1 hour times 5. You can get 10 hours in one pack. So focus on those, and also focus on your augment. Don't try and level it up super duper fast, because as you level it up, things become more expensive. Yes, things become easier to acquire, but it gets a lot more expensive. Like, I think nothing was over 150 data before I went to Pawn. So, thank you, DLMO. So, once you get to around level 18, 19, you're going to want to just really focus on your North Star, but you can't really do anything because you can't refine. So if you want to sit at 19, and if you really want to become super strong, you're going to have to pay for it. It's just a fact of life. You can't get the G3 refined or the 3-star refined at all. The only way you can do it is buy it. So I don't suggest sitting at 19, but if you want to be, the coolest guy in your class, grade, whatever, that's what you do. But if you want to move up and you want to grow, focus everything on your 3-star materials, so your ore, gas, and crystal. And also, another thing that you're going to want to focus on is your parts. Okay? If you don't acquire these parts from hostiles and NPCs, it's gonna cut you down really, really bad. Unless you buy them, that's the only other way, which I'm not saying you should do at all. I've spent less than $100 in this game. So I'm a level 23 right now, but I'm pushing for 24. I'm gonna get to 24 and I'm gonna sit for a while. And I suggest, if you're gonna do anything, try and shoot for 24. If you're not that type of player and you want to max out like your Kara and your Valkylis, that's fine too. I've seen some really strong 24s that have had really strong Karas and really strong Valkylises. But the thing is what I know is that you literally can't get that many parts at that rate, to the point where when they get to the higher levels and they want to use their 3-star parts on their faction ships, they won't have them. And they're going to have to use Latinum. And, Latinum is beautiful. It's a great thing. And you should always try and focus on the events, because Latinum's going to save the day every single time. Now, you really want to save up everything. So during this stretch from going from 14 to wherever you want to go, you are going to want to save all the Latinum you can, all of the speed ups that you can, and use them. Use your repair speed ups for when you're raiding. When you can, try and save them while you're raiding. If you can, try and find a base where after it's cracked and you send your envoy in, you return and it's less than 5 minutes, repair the ship right then and there and have it done with, as opposed to just keep on sending it back and back and back without repairing and then having to deal with the repair bill at the end. Those repairs are going to be a lifesaver. But the speed ups, your actual speed ups, save those. I just used all mine recently for an event, and it's actually how I came in second, but it was an event I really wasn't worried about. And then I used about 300 for parts, because I had to use it because I can't get survey parts fast enough for my North Star to grow without buying them, but I'm not buying them. So parts are huge and materials are huge. Your uncommon and your common, those are going to be the ones that you don't want to waste on the Kara and the Valkylis. You don't want to waste a whole lot of it on those other ships, and you don't want to be focusing on other materials because it's not worth it. It's going to become irrelevant. Now, with that being said, don't make this game an absolute grind where you're not having fun. Do stuff in between. Go kill some ships. Go, mine and do whatever it is that you want to do. But one thing a lot of people forget to do is their missions, and a lot of them will stack up their missions and never touch a lot of them. Missions are great. They suck sometimes, yes, absolutely, but missions are great for a couple of things. Obviously, blueprints for ships if you're playing free to play, characters, shards. And you also get alliance credits and faction credits and alliance points sometimes. Now, whenever you see this rewards, that means that somewhere along this little mystery box up here, that's basically telling you that at some point along the mission you're going to have to make a choice, and that choice will give you two different sets of options. Now, it really all depends on what you pick, but just pay attention to that, because when you're going, if you're trying to get the jellyfish, for instance, you can lose some of the jellyfish blueprints in some of the missions. Like, you can pick the other reward and it won't give you the jellyfish blueprints, and then you won't be able to get the 50 and or get the other ones for free. So they help out a lot because it gives, whole day shields. You'll get all sorts of stuff. 8-hour speed ups times 8. That's a lot of speed ups. 230 faction credits. And you're going to want to save those faction credits too, guys. That's another thing, is faction credits will be very important. You'll save all your faction credits for your blueprints, for your big boy toys, if that's where you're trying to go. Now, I suggest building the Kumari when you get to 24, and then from there on out, you're pretty much going to have the gist of what you need to do and of what it's going to take to do. Around the level, where I'm at right now, it's starting to cost me quite a bit for upgrades. This is just one little tiny thing, and it's almost $500,000, which is nothing. Presto is very easy to get, but it also becomes so valuable at these higher levels. Everything starts to change. When you're very small, dill and tritanium are very important. And as you grow, you'll start to learn that tritanium and dilithium are really only for ships, and your par steel is going to get eaten up by your station. It gets into the millions, the tens of millions. So, during this stretch, guys, from 14 to wherever you plan on going, 19, 24, 27, 30, whatever, understand that this game is a grind, and if you want to get somewhere fast, you're going to have to pay for it, but you don't have to. It's possible. Shout out to Rev Deuce. I saw that he actually had a guy on one of his videos that was a level 29, and he had not paid for a damn thing. He had not spent a dime. But enough of that being said, guys. I'm going to be following up with another video about the North Star specifically and how to use it. Different ways that I use it and different crews that I will run. So that's about it, guys. If you have any questions, comments, anything I forgot, sometimes I do, man. I'm a stoner, so give me a break, alright? But I will catch you guys later, alright? See you later. Squirt, squirt. Peace out.